Hey folks, Brian King here. I got to discuss something very important with you. It's something I dealt with as a child. It's also something I see happening with the families that I work with. We're coming up on the holidays here, the big one, Christmas. Depending on, what your cultural and religious beliefs are. I'm not religious. I'm Buddhist. I was raised Catholic. So I completely understand and respect those various traditions. When I was younger, I would do everything I could, not so much deliberately, but because I didn't understand myself. I didn't know about Asperger's, I didn't know about ADHD. I just knew that I was pretty much 95 to 100% overwhelmed every time we had a family gathering. Whether it was Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, I would melt down and pretty much wreck it for everybody there, especially myself. And back in the day, my parents didn't know what to do. There were no resources, there was certainly no internet. So, in many respects, what they ended up doing was either punishing me instead of teaching me, instead of helping me build skills, or they would try to coddle me, bribe me, something like that to prevent the problem. What I see happening with a lot of kids today is the knowledge they gain about their child's challenges, whether it's autism or ADHD, is used as justification to enable them instead of empower them. Let me give you what I mean. My child is shy, my child is anxious, my child has social anxiety, so I'm going to encourage everybody to let my child isolate. I'm not going to encourage my kid to make friends and say, well, you just find a nice quiet corner, honey. And that's fine if you need to recharge. Let's say you're at a party or a gathering and it's a little overwhelming. You can go to the corner, you can go to another room to kind of recharge. That's what I do. I love my extended family, but too much at one time can be too much. But it's not a matter of going or not going. It's a matter of finding the middle ground. Going and finding a way to take care of yourself while you're there. So, hey there, Megan. Here's the big point here, what I'm getting to. We cannot, under any circumstances, allow our children to opt out from life. There are kids that will spend their lives in their room, glued to a TV or a video game, and claim that life is too hard. They can't go and make friends. They can't go to school. Hey, I admit I didn't think school was fun. It's still not fun. There are a lot of things that society asks of us that are boring, that are not fun, but here's the truth. We absolutely, under no circumstances, are going to be able to make it in this world without other people. So whether it's going to church, which, some kids don't like, some love it, whether it's going to Boy Scouts, whether it's going out to dinner at a restaurant, whether it's going to a family gathering, we simply cannot let our kids opt out as a way to approach life. We are encouraging them to remain afraid, to remain self-centered. We are encouraging them to miss countless opportunities to develop skills. We simply cannot let them not learn how to be a part of this society. Now, this is speaking to you. This is somebody who had undiagnosed Asperger's as a kid. I become so good at my social strategies that I don't meet the criteria anymore. I still meet the criteria for ADHD and dyslexia. Socialization is still hard for me. I avoid gatherings whenever I can, but I do not stand with my hand held high and say, I'm autistic, you need to respect this, you need to respect that. No. We cannot, as a community, fight for the right to isolate. Period. That is not something that we need to fight for. We need to fight for the middle ground. How can we work together? How can we support each other? But we must play a part. One thing that I missed out on in my family, because my family was pretty chaotic. Your typical dysfunctional 80s family. We fought a lot. We rarely got along. We sure as hell didn't do things together. So now that we're more grown up and my extended family loves getting together, I look forward to those events because it's a unique opportunity to build relationships, Nurture the existing ones. Make sure that you have a support community around you that not only gives to you, but gives you the opportunity to give to them. With all the challenges that we have in the world, sensorily, communication, we need to be part of a community that can help us meet our needs and one that we can contribute to. Instead of walking around with this big chip of entitlement on our shoulders. I have my right.
All right, well, I had a glitch there with my signal. Let's continue. As I was saying, I have learning and physical challenges that make it very hard to get outside the house. But I don't use that to justify isolation, to justify not being included, to justify not doing my part to contribute to society in some way. There are kids that I work with now who will demand the right to opt out. I don't want to go to my brother's hockey game. I don't want to go watch my sister in the play. And it's all driven by selfishness. Yeah, I understand sometimes some situations are overwhelming, that there are sensory issues. Great. Come up with a plan to find the middle ground. Maybe you need to take breaks during the performance. Maybe you need to fidget. Maybe you need to get up and move around a little bit. But darn it, show up. Because we are part of a family, and families only succeed together. When families act as though they're a group of individuals with their own selfish needs and they could care less about each other, that's when you have dysfunction. That's when you have hurt, resentment, you name it. But as members of a family, you have got to take advantage of opportunities to support one another. Because a family is only as strong as its weakest link. For many, many years, I was the weakest link, with all the meltdowns I was having and all the problems it caused. And now, there are many, many times where I'm the one that brings the family together, because I did the work to heal, to learn how to forgive, to put my ego in check, to think about how valuable it is for the unit to be strong, as opposed for just the needs of the individuals to be met. As members of a family, we need to be there for each other. We need to show up and show the other people that they matter to us. If they don't matter to us, we got a real selfishness problem that needs to be worked on. Any excuse the kid gets, oh, I don't like it, it's boring, it's too loud, it's a waste of time. Wow, you got an attitude problem. The problem is not the request. The problem is your attitude. Maybe you don't like going to church. Okay, but does it only have to be about that? Can it also be about supporting something that your family likes to do together? It's being there for them. When you're an adult, make your own choices as far as your religious or spiritual path. But for now, attend to your family. Care about your family. Be there for your family. Because once you go out in society, people are not going to line up to help you be selfish. People are going to line up to be in a win-win relationship with you where they feel taken care of and they're going to take care of you. So now is the time to get that out of your head right now that it's all about you and you should be catered to. I'm telling you this as somebody who has been there, who has done some of the stuff you're doing now, and who suffered the pain of trying to live like that. You have got to learn to be a part of the group. You cannot hide, because that is a recipe for misery. Find the middle ground. Find a way to make it win-win, but you absolutely have got to learn that we are here for one another. Learn how to give, learn how to support, learn how to care. Because it's only when you do that that you can reasonably expect that others will be there for you when you need it. There's a lot I could say about this, but I'm going to leave it here for now. If this is a message that's helpful for you and your family, make sure everybody hears it. If there are other people that are going through this, please share it with them as well so they can learn from it. And I'm more than happy to expand upon this conversation because it's too darn important. So I hope this has been helpful for you. This has been Brian. We'll talk again soon.